Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK today. I hope you all are doing very well, and today we'll be discussing the most important MCQs for 18th of May 2024. Let's start with our session. The first question is, World Wildlife Crime Report 2024 is recently released by which organization? So here correct answer is United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. Okay, recently they have released their World Wildlife Crime Report for the year 2024, and it revealed that rhinos are the most trafficked species from 2015 to 2021. So this body was established in the year 1997, and it combats the drug abuse, trafficking and crime worldwide. It also strengthens international cooperation, promotes crime prevention and helps in criminal justice reform to combat the transnational organized crime and corruption. Okay, so this report has been published by United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. Next is, recently which country is planning to construct a high energy photon source? This is the country China. China plans to construct the high energy photon source, and with this it would join a selected group with fourth generation synchrotron light sources. Currently around 70 synchrotrons exist globally, with only a few countries possessing the fourth generation facilities like Sweden, Brazil and France. Okay, so this high energy photon source will provide Asia's brightest synchrotron X-rays using the electricity so as to generate intense light beams, and its advanced technology promises breakthroughs in the understanding of matter at various levels. Okay, here correct answer is the country China. China is planning to construct a high energy photon source. Recently which ministry has boarded the PM Gati Shakti portal to identify and bridge the gaps in social security coverage in across the country? This is Ministry of Labour and Employment. They have joined the PM Gati Shakti portal to enhance the social security coverage, and PM Gati Shakti was launched in the year 2021, and it is the national master plan for multimodal connectivity which integrates 60 ministries. Basic goal is integrated planning and implementation of connectivity project so as to improve the movement of people and the goods between the transport modes. So this initiative focuses on total 6 pillars. What are these? The first is comprehensiveness, prioritization, optimization, synchronization, analytical and dynamic factors. Okay, simply we have to remember that Ministry of Labour and Employment has boarded the PM Gati Shakti portal so as to identify and bridge the gaps in social security coverage in across the country. Next is, Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope, recently seen in the news, is associated with which space organization? So this telescope is led by NASA, and it targets the exploration from our solar system's outer reaches to the observable universe edge. So its focus includes the dark energy, dark matter, exoplanets and various type of infrared, astrophysics and planetary science areas. Key instruments include the Wide Field and Coronagraph instrument, and it utilizes the microlensing for exoplanet studies, and with a field of view 100 times larger than the Hubble Space Telescope, it promises groundbreaking insights into the cosmic phenomena. Okay, simply we have to remember that this telescope is associated with NASA. NASA was also in news because of float. What is it? Flexible levitation on a track, which is the kind of first lunar railway system. Okay, basic aim is to transform the cargo transfer on the moon, and it is a part of NASA's Moon to Mars initiative, which utilizes unpowered magnetic robots on a 3-layer flexible film track. So these robots levitate above the track, which reduces the wear from moon dust, and it offers dependable transportation for sustainable lunar colonies. So this system integrates diamagnetic levitation, electromagnetic propulsion and optional solar panels for the power generation. Okay, you can be simply asked that recently which space organization has announced its plans to build the first railway station on the moon for efficient payload transportation. So that would be NASA. Okay. Senior National Sailing Championship 2024 recently conducted in which city of India? So Senior National Sailing Championship is organized at Mumbai Port by the Indian Naval Watermanship Training Center and the Indian Navy Sailing Association from 12th of May to 18th of May. Okay. 82 participants from 10 clubs compete in various classes like Formula Kite, and it aims to establish national rankings. Okay. So Mumbai Harbour provides ideal condition and medal race is scheduled for 18th of May. Fine. The Senior National Sailing Championship was recently conducted in the city of Mumbai. C option is the right answer. Tennis player Dominic Thiem, who recently announced his retirement, belongs to which country? Here correct answer is C option, Austria. He is Austrian tennis star, and recently at the age of 30 years he announced his retirement at the season's end due to persistent wrist injuries. Okay, so he is ranked at 117th position and he claimed 17 career titles including the 2020 US Open, and he reached a career high ranking of 3 in March 2020. Also, he competed in 2 ATP finals in London featuring the season's top 8 player. Fine. Simply we have to remember that tennis player Dominic Thiem has recently announced his retirement and he is from Austria. You can be also asked that Dominic Thiem, who has recently announced his retirement, is associated with which sport? So he is a tennis player. Okay. The next question is, Manika Batra, recently seen in the news, is associated with which sport? So she is India's top women's table tennis player, and recently she achieved a historic milestone by entering the world's top 25 in the women's singles ranking. So she reached a career high of 24 and she matched G Sathiyan's record for the highest rank that was achieved by an Indian in the singles table tennis. Also, don't forget that she is the gold medalist at the 2018 Commonwealth Games and she continues to shine on the global stage. Okay, so Manika Batra is associated with table tennis. Recently, where was the second round of the India-US dialogue on Africa held? Correct answer here is Washington DC, that is B option. The second round of India-US dialogue on Africa recently convened in Washington DC on 14th and 15th of May 2024, and here the dialogue fosters collaboration on developmental projects in Africa which aligns with African priorities, and this marks the first dialogue since the African Union's inclusion in the G20 during the India's presidency. Okay, so what was the venue for second round of India-US dialogue on Africa? This is Washington DC. Also recently, India Skills 2024, which is the world's largest skill competition, recently started in New Delhi and it was organized by NSDC, National Skill Development Corporation, under the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. So it spans in 61 categories, testing the skills nationwide, and this biennial event enjoys broad support from state governments, industry, corporates and partner institute. Also, it provides a crucial platform for the youth to exhibit their talents nationally as well as internationally. Okay, you can be asked about its venue, that India Skills Competition, which is the country's biggest skilling program, recently started at which place? Your answer would be New Delhi. Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center, recently seen in the news, is operated by which ministry? Correct answer here is Ministry of Home Affairs. The Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center, which is also known as I4C, with support from Microsoft, has blocked over 1,000 Skype IDs that were involved in cybercrimes like blackmail and extortion. So I4C operates under Ministry of Home Affairs so as to address the cybercrime nationwide, and it enhances the coordination among the law enforcement agencies. It is located in New Delhi, and basic aim here is to combat the cyber threats and protect the citizens by emphasizing the collaboration between the stakeholders and different partners for a comprehensive approach to the cyber security. Okay, so I4C is operated under Ministry of Home Affairs. Now also, India has recently pledged $1 million in humanitarian aid to the country Kenya to alleviate the aftermath of deadly floods here. Okay, the deadly floods have claimed 267 lives in Kenya and it has displaced over 380,000 people. So the assistance includes 22 tons of supplies like tents, blankets and hygiene kits, which were dispatched via an Indian Air Force plane. Also 18 tons of medical aid, including life-saving drugs and surgical equipment. Basic aim here is to address the urgent healthcare needs of flood-affected areas in the Kenya country. Okay, you can be asked that recently the government of India has announced the humanitarian assistance worth $1 million to which country? Your answer would be Kenya. Exercise Tarkash, which is a joint counter-terrorism exercise recently held between which two countries? Correct answer is India and US, that is the option. India and US joint urban counter-terrorism exercise that involves the National Security Guard and the US concludes recently in Kolkata. Okay, and this was its 7th edition. The previous edition took place in Chennai in 2023. Okay, basic focus here is on building the relations and interoperability between the forces, and it aims at enhancing the bilateral cooperation in combating the terrorism, including sharing the tactics and procedures for urban operations like close quarter battles and hostage rescues. Okay, so exercise Tarkash is a joint counter-terrorism exercise between India and US. Sariska Tiger Reserve, recently seen in the news, is located in which Indian state? Here answer is the option Rajasthan. Sariska Tiger Reserve was established 46 years ago and currently it awaits the land ownership documentation. Okay, it is located in Rajasthan's Alwar district and it spans in 800 square kilometers in the Aravalli Hills. Once it was a royal hunting ground, but now it becomes a natural reserve in 1955 and it got the national park status in 1979. Okay, it is renowned for relocating the tigers successfully, and also it boasts historic sites like Bhangarh Fort and natural wonders like Silisere Lake. Okay, and its terrains features rocky landscape, scrub forest and semi-deciduous woods. Fine. So Sariska Tiger Reserve lies in the state of Rajasthan. Also recently a red panda was sighted in the Eagle Nest Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay, you can be asked about the location of Eagle Nest Wildlife Sanctuary. It lies in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. Fine. So red panda is actually an endangered species and recently it was sighted in Eagle Nest Wildlife Sanctuary. That's why it was in news. Fine. You have to only remember the location of Eagle Nest Wildlife Sanctuary. It lies in Arunachal Pradesh. According to data released by the Tea Board of India, tea production across the tea states of Assam and Bengal may fall by what percent? So tea production in Assam and West Bengal could drop by 50% per TBI data. Okay, so TBI was established in 1954 under the Tea Act of 1953, and don't forget that it operates under Ministry of Commerce and headquarters lies in Kolkata. Fine. So it boasts overseas offices in London, Dubai and Moscow. With 31 members, it includes the chairman and it is reconstituted every 3 years. So major tea growing regions are, for example, Assam, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tripura and Himachal Pradesh. Fine. So your correct answer is B option, that is 50%. Next question is, recently where was the Indian Air Force tested the airdrop of the indigenous mobile hospital Bhishma Cube? So Indian Air Force recently tested the airdrop of the indigenous mobile hospital Bhishma Cube in Agra city, and this is a portable, waterproof and lightweight cube that can be deployed quickly in various emergency scenarios, including the airdrops and ground transportation. The cubes are designed to treat the injuries like bullet wounds and severe burns, head injuries and spinal fractures. Okay, so Indian Air Force has tested the airdrop of indigenous mobile hospital Bhishma Cube at Agra. The next question is, recently which state has initiated bioenergy project to use the pine needles for generating the electricity? This is Uttarakhand state. Uttarakhand Renewable Energy Development Agency has initiated bioenergy project in Uttarakhand so as to utilize the pine needles for power generation. Okay, so it would cover 16.36% of the state's forest area, and these projects failed due to technology limitations. The pine forest produces 15 lakh tons of needles annually, and utilizing only 40% could fulfill the power needs and create employment. Fine. So Uttarakhand state has initiated bioenergy project to use the pine needles for generating electricity. Next is, recently which organization has appointed David Salvagnini as its first chief AI officer? This is NASA. David Salvagnini, who is formerly NASA's chief data officer, has been appointed as the new chief artificial intelligence officer, and his expanded role emphasizes responsible AI use. NASA leverages AI tools to support its missions and the research, and to analyze data, also to develop autonomous system for spacecraft and aircraft. Okay, so according to NASA Administrator Bill Nelson, AI has long been safely utilized, accelerating discoveries, and David will lead NASA's efforts in responsible AI use, which would align with its mission to benefit the humanity. Fine. So NASA has recently appointed David Salvagnini as its first chief artificial intelligence officer. Okay. Sela Tunnel, recently recognized as India's highest tunnel by International Book of Honor, is located in which Indian state? So Border Road Organization India celebrates as Sela Tunnel became the highest in the country, and it is recognized by the International Book of Honor in England. Fine. So this is a 2.598 kilometers long tunnel. It is situated at 13,000 feet on the Tezpur Tawang road, and it ensures year-round connectivity to the strategic Tawang region. So it is inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 9th of March, and it is the world's longest twin-lane tunnel, which is vital for all-weather access to Tawang in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. Fine. So Sela Tunnel has been recently recognized as India's highest tunnel by the International Book of Honor, and it lies in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. That is C option. Okay. Which armed force has recently launched Operation Sadbhavna in North Sikkim? So under Operation Sadbhavna, Tri-Shakti Corps of Indian Army supported remote communities in Naga and Rangrang villages of northern Sikkim, and after a devastating glacial lake outburst flood, relief materials were distributed here, symbolizing the solidarity. A medical camp served over 150 patients, and educational sessions engaged local youths under the Agni Veer scheme. Okay, so these efforts underscore the Army's commitment to the community development, fostering the harmony and strengthening the bonds with border population. Okay, so which armed force has recently launched Operation Sadbhavna in northern Sikkim? That is Indian Army. Which bank has recently launched the Pixel Pay, which is India's first virtual credit card? This is HDFC Bank, that is D option. They have introduced Pixel Play, which is India's first virtual credit card in collaboration with Visa. Okay, so it is available in two variants, Pixel Play and Pixel Go, and it allows the users to customize the cards based on lifestyle and preferred merchants via the Pays app, and it features a streamlined digital management, card controls, rewards and EMI dashboards. HDFC Bank redefines the banking experiences. Fine. So HDFC Bank has recently launched the Pixel Pay, which is India's first virtual credit card. You can be also asked that what is the name of India's first virtual credit card? Your answer would be Pixel Play. Okay. Last question is, recently which company became the first in the world to get ISO certification for its AI management system? This is the company Infosys. Infosys is a prominent digital services and consulting leader, and it achieves the ISO 42001 2023 certification, which is the world's inaugural standard for AI management systems, and TUV India actually grants the certification, recognizing Infosys as one of the pioneering IT services firm to adopt the responsible AI practices. So artificial intelligence management system framework ensures regulatory compliance, fostering accountability and efficiency in the AI sectors. Okay. So Infosys became the first company in the world to get ISO certification for its artificial intelligence management system. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. I hope you have liked the session. And before concluding, let me tell you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series on GK Today Android application. If you want the PDF of these lectures, you can subscribe to that course anytime. Okay. So whatever we had missed is now covered, and from Monday onwards we will continue our revision as well. Okay. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions. And at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.